What is going on, people? It's Break Script here, where we break the script and we create our own. I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, pay attention and be objective.
But dick and sex, let's do it. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, welcome to Queens, man.
No. Go somewhere else, man.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Let me hit the round of applause. Now, to make a long story a little less long, and this will be long, Jeff Bezos claims that the National Enquirer is blackmailing him and using dick pics to do it.
Okay.
Before I continue in this story...
How can somebody blackmail you with dick pics?
You got a little dick.
I'm Jeff Bezos.
That's true.
That is the response to you have a little dick.
That's true.
I'm Jeff Bezos.
Fuck.
I can buy a bigger one if I want.
Yeah, you think I care if my dick is little from Jeff Bezos?
How big would you like my dick to be? Because I can get it.
Yeah.
And I'll have it Amazon to me.
I was about to say, would you like a gift card?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, the little Amazon robot will pull up. That'll be foreplay.
Chicks love that little insult.
That'll be the drone will drop the shit off.
That's because chicks just aren't creative. They didn't think of the new insults.
All
they have is you broke and your dick is little.
I was consistently giving you this little dick, though. Like,
why chicks don't never say like shit that are really insults? It's like, yo, you're not as funny as you think.
Right.
Now I'm beefing.
No, they give us that.
I never heard that one.
You never got in a fight and your girl said that you're not funny? Or your little jokes?
But you know she's saying that.
Yeah, but she ain't saying it.
She don't mean it, though.
She ain't saying that for me to get in my shit.
Yeah, you
like,
probably
she's
got
saying
one
that
because you funny.
Yeah. Like, they be thinking that, you know what I've got a lot in my life?
Well,
I ain't even going to tell you about your friend that tries to beat.
You would get that line.
Mom.
Definitely.
All right, Mom. That shit worked once. One time I was like, who is it? Who could it be? Every other time I was like, that's my nigga, bitch. Give a fuck what you talking about.
That's funny.
There's mad toxic masculinity in this podcast.
Yeah, respect the shooter.
Respect this shooter.
It's my man. That's what he do.
That's what he
That's why I roll with him.
Something light. You know how we do. Imagine us out. Imagine us
You
out.
should see the two of us together.
He should try. He get bitches. What you mean? That's my nigga.
Oh my God, this podcast will never get the Gimlet deal. Jeff Bezos. Oh man, Jeff Bezos
What
published.
type of world are we living in where a billionaire just can't send a dick pic?
Oh, that's what I was going. Thank you, Roy. This story provided quite a bit of relief to me because if Jeff Bezos can be blackmailed over his dick,
We're all fucked.
gear up, people. World War IV is coming. So Jeff Bezos published a letter that, and I'm going to read it.
Where do you publish it?
Here's where I have it. Right
okay.
And this is on medium.com. Jeff Bezos says, and the headline reads, "No thank you, Mr. Pecker." The person he's talking to, coincidentally, his name Mr. Pecker.
Oh, I thought that was like a punny headline.
Me too. I thought he was funny. It goes on to say, let me read this to you guys.
I might be offended if a girl called my dick a pecker.
It is a little bit slanderous.
I'd be offended.
Or a little pecker.
I'd get mad too.
Little dick wouldn't offend me. Pecker? That's offensive.
Before I go further,
I'm just saying.
Look at what niggas get mad at.
nah, you ain't gonna call me no pecker.
A pecker.
Y'all ain't never got mad. Y'all ain't never got mad or had like there was a discussion to be had directly after sex with a chick.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
No, I'm asking y'all.
Have we ever had a
fight
discussion?
directly? No, not usually. Right after sex. No.
You said, have you ever had a conversation about?
Tell me about just an awkward time directly following sex with a woman.
Nothing too fast.
I'm usually asleep.
Guilty.
Nah, but if you're not too fast, you can get out of that easy. All you gotta do is tell her she got some good pussy.
Nah, but no, they don't.
They stop falling for that.
They don't believe that.
No,
They stop falling for that.
That pussy too good.
First
man.
of all, I was fucking.
Why
her.
you Why you in this bed with this good pussy?
Anytime you with a show.
Yo, you gotta start playing with her butt, squeeze her butt. Yo, this pussy dumb good right here. She's sitting there like, nigga, you just came. Like, yo, it's your box. What you mean? Like, nigga.
None of that shit works when you fucking chicks with low self-esteem.
Yeah, you can forget
Yo,
about
your
that.
pussy man, what? She don't believe that. She got fucking 25 years of thinking she ain't shit.
Yo.
Wait. All right.
Fair.
Savon.
These niggas said we lost our edge. They said we PC now. Get the fuck out of here, goddammit. I grew up on a sidewalk. Rakim didn't have a home. I grew up on the sidewalk where I learned street talk. And then he taught the whole New York.
That's true.
Know your ledge.
And then he went to Queens. Now, Parks, Jeff Bezos. Oh, let me finish this letter here. This is great. And this is why Jeff Bezos, welcome to Queens. Let me try to read this fast. Something unusual happened to me yesterday. Actually,
Hilarious first sentence.
for me, it wasn't just unusual. It was a first. I was made an offer I couldn't refuse, or at least that's what the National Enquirer, at least that's what the top people at the National Enquirer thought. I'm glad they thought that, because it emboldened them to put it all in writing. Rather than capitulate to extortion and blackmail, I've decided to publish exactly what they sent me, despite the personal cost and embarrassment they threatened. Boy, I'm fucking with Jeff so far. Now, I've never read nothing from Jeff, so I didn't know he was this gully. He goes on to say, AMI, the owner of the National Enquirer, led by David Pecker, recently entered into an immunity deal with the Department of Justice related to their role in the so-called catch and kill process on behalf of President Trump and his election campaign. Mr. Pecker and his company have also been investigated for various actions they've taken on behalf of the Saudi government. And sometimes Mr. Pecker mixes it all together. Goes on to say, and this is in quotes, after Mr. Trump became president, he rewarded Mr. Pecker's loyalty with a White House dinner to which the media executive brought a guest with important ties to the royals in Saudi Arabia. At the time, Mr. Pecker was pursuing business there while also hunting for financing for acquisitions. Interesting so far, right? Mm-hmm. Federal investigators and legitimate media have, of course, suspected and proved that Mr. Pecker has used the Enquirer and AMI for political reasons, and yet AMI keeps claiming otherwise. Of course, legitimate media have been challenging that assertion for a long time. Got it. He says, I didn't know much about most of that until a few weeks ago when intimate text messages from me were published in the National Enquirer. I engaged investigators to learn how those texts were obtained and to determine the motives for the many unusual actions taken by the Enquirer. As it turns out, there are now several independent investigations looking into this matter. To lead my investigation, I retained Gavin DeBecker. I've known Mr. DeBecker for 20 years. His expertise in this arena is excellent. He's one of the smartest and most capable leaders I know. I asked him to prioritize protecting my I asked him to prioritize protecting my time since I have other things I prefer to work on and to proceed with whatever budget he needed to pursue the facts in this matter.
That's a bar.
I'm Jeff Bezos, bitch.
That's all that means.
Yeah.
Here's a piece of context. He says, my ownership of the Washington Post is a complexifier for me. It's unavoidable that certain powerful people who experience Washington Post news coverage will wrongly conclude that I am their enemy. President Trump is one of those people. Great, because up until that point, I was wondering what the fuck was the point of bringing up President Trump when I first read this. President Trump is one of those people. Obvious by his many tweets. Also, the Post's essential and unrelenting coverage of the murder of its columnist of Jamal Khashoggi is undoubtedly popular among certain circles. Right? Back to the story, he says. Several days ago, an AMI leader advised us that Mr. Pecker is apoplectic about our investigation. For reasons still to be understood, the Saudi angle seems to hit a particularly sensitive nerve. A few days later, after hearing about Mr. Pecker's apoplexy, we were approached, verbally at first, with an offer. They said they had more of my text messages and photos that they would publish if we did not stop our investigation. My lawyers argued that AMI has no right to publish these photos. Any person about it. Let me fast forward down here.
There's a lot of big words.
Yeah. Let me fast forward. Oh. Well, he published the note. He published the note that they sent threatening him and attempting to blackmail him. He says, well, that got my attention, but not in the way they likely hoped. Any personal embarrassment AMI could cause me takes a backseat because there's a much more important matter involved here. If in my position I can't stand up to this kind of extortion, then how many people can? On that point, numerous people have contacted our investigation team about their similar experiences with AMI and how they needed to capitulate because, for example, their livelihoods were at stake. In the AMI letters I'm making public, you will see the precise details of their extortion proposal. They will publish the personal photos unless Gavin DeBecker and I make the specific false public statement to the press that we have no knowledge or basis for suggesting that AMI's coverage was politically motivated or influenced by whatever. He goes on to say, fuck you niggas, suck my dick. I'm not sending y'all shit. I'm not giving y'all no money. And that's what it is.
That's what I got.
But
He just put a lot of big words behind. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he did the professional version. It was taking a long time.
It's a dick picture. Like, come on, fam. Like, y'all not getting like a dick pic?
You think Amazon's going down by a dick pic?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Put it out.
Come on,
Nah,
son.
Prime is Prime.
Fuck out of here. You get groceries delivered right to your door.
Yeah.
Think I care about a dick pic?
And Prime is now Amazon Prime during the Super Bowl that I didn't watch. I saw a commercial for some Amazon Prime content that was only available for 24 hours. Like, there's some shit going on. That's back to our earlier conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos should be in Queens, is what I'm saying. Before, I was apprehensive about it. I didn't know.
Hey, just don't raise the prices, my G. You good over here?
Are you going to move?
No. Not anytime soon.
Out of Queens? No?
Nah. Probably not anytime soon.
White people don't give a fuck about gentrification.
They're doing the gentrifying.
I was about to say.
Parks is with us. He's not gentrifying.
Parks is with us until the gentrification happens. Then he blend right in.
We still going to be at his crib.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if shit gets outrageous over here, then I'm out.
And
Oh, yeah, as far as prices.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, Parks' girl ain't white.
That's true.
Yeah. She going to come complain to him?
All these white people.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby.
You can't complain to your white boyfriend about the white people, can
Yeah,
you?
you can.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
it happens. It happens.
White people complain about white people.
Word. I hate
Tell
the
me about
whites.
that. I never thought about that. Really?
Of course, yeah.
How do you handle
It's
that?
not directed at
y'all, of
me
course.
specifically.
I know, but
I agree with her.
I was going to say a lot of what 99.9999. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, don't fuck with the whites.
We all complain about each other. I complain about black people. I don't want to see a bunch of
there you
niggas sitting on a stoop when I leave the building.
Yo, you mad
Fuck.
racist.